Hey, viewers, I got a Gumball reaction for you. We've got the Loophole. Oh, everybody's tired out.
Should we have covered everything during the school day?
What have they been learning about?
Going to the bathroom, then coming back with a doggy bag.
Oh, what happened though? This is a suggestion box. Since when though?
Too lazy to go through the administrative motions.
Ooh! I mean, Mr. Me doesn't look bothered though. Oh! It's such a... Ooh, it's shredded up right there. Yeah, you little meanie with that smug smile.
Please post it in the complaint box.
That...
Where's
Look. No! Wait, somebody died? Oh my god, the amount of students that are missing being killed are like, alright, go into the complaint box. I think she's doing it to make the children die and it's so bad. Oh goodness, why is it in the middle of nowhere? I mean, the amount of times the characters go in the middle of nowhere and then it just came up all fine. That was from the Oranges episode I can remember though. Bobbert? Is that how he learns math or whatever subject?
2.4 seconds when it's gonna take us 2.4
Dang.
ever. People
Exactly.
the best years of your
Base
life.
right there.
Like a guy stuck in a sausage grinder saying it's okay when it was only his fingers caught in the machine. What?
That's not how you describe a robot. So bad.
Go straight to the end of the process. What? Like going for a sausage?
Could you imagine going quickly? Supersonic speed.
Yeah, but then you have to get a job.
Yeah, exactly.
Taxes,
Remember.
taxes, and understand taxes.
He's always taxes, am I right? But Darwin not being a dumb one, he's explaining to Gumball properly that how to get a job. So no more like just spending time at home. Like basically, you did that during season 1, and now you're like like I'm pretty sure kids are like that these days. Where I'm not really bothered to learn, but jobs. Am I right? I mean, Richard can't get a job. That's the only thing we can remember. But who knows about these two? There'll be an episode where they can get many jobs. Like, work experience, that's what it's called. I can't believe I just didn't remember that. I think... I done work experience before, though. No! Why would you say Bobbert? Why would you say that to Bobbert, even though we had that one episode before where... I think he said, Bobbert, terminate Gumball, but he actually tried to do that. But he didn't actually say that. I think he said, we wish we skipped school for the rest of our lives. But terminate Gumball, that's the thing right there. Whenever you're dead, you just do nothing. I think some people would like that. Ooh. How does he come back to life? The fire makes your head grow. It's rather crazy. Yeah, I mean, he's AI, so he has to do what you say, though.
Like, what would you do if someone asked you to give them a hand?
Yeah, pretty much, am I right? Pretty much. Or what about give them love? Because we learnt about that love episode, but Bobbert really does take it literally. He does not learn. But even though, you know, the episode called The Loophole, I think I'm starting to realise about that right now. I think we had a Loophole once, or was another reaction, or something I watched a long time ago.
Think of the danger he represents for himself and others.
Bobbert is dangerous.
For animals. Think of the children, Darwin.
He's got a cow and I can eat meat. Give it freedom.
Excuse to avoid doing your homework, isn't it?
Aha! How come I didn't believe in that?
Shall we go? Yeah, come on, let's bounce.
Oh, so he didn't actually give him a hand. I would rather eat his hand. The way he's bouncing is rather sweet, you know. Oh, so they brought him back home then. Nice.
Never raise your hand against anyone.
Command integrated.
Okay, and he accepted it. Don't!
Try to hurt Gumball.
But basically, you just said don't, so try and hurt Gumball. That ain't gonna take it literally. So I guess for the entire day, they're gonna be like, don't do this, but it actually takes it literally. If you have an AI today, imagine if AI was alive, you told them, please don't do that. They'll let you take it literally because AI is trying to do its job. But if they wouldn't do it, he'll probably get himself fired. But then AI explodes. Oh no, that's terrible right there.
Was raised during the hurting process.
Okay, you're not allowed to raise any part of your body to hurt anyone.
Command integrated.
But his body's basically metal. Ow! Don't try and hurt Gumball is the thing.
No part of my body was raised during
I see what Darwin was trying to do over here.
You're not allowed to raise
Ooh, his eye.
lower your body to hurt anyone.
So basically just stay still all day. Pretty much AI, am I right? Ooh, wow! 1 year earlier? Wait, we flashbacked! Oh!
Sorry, guy. Robert knocked me into last year.
Last year?
I'll wait this one out.
Hold up, was this the episode where Gumball tried to lose a tooth just to get the money for the Tooth Fairy? I can't remember, but I think it was season 3 that episode, now we're in season 5, so that took 1 year earlier, by the way. Or was that season 4? See, one of them though, but one... Oh my goodness, how come that didn't happened during that episode, but damn, he really just punched you back to last year. Imagine if you just punch yourself back to last year. That'd be crazy. I mean, actually, I'm not gonna mention it. It's always anime I always mention about. Sorry.
Okay.
And how did he came back?
May not
All
move
fine
or
then.
hold or hurt anyone.
Command
So I wonder if you flash back to last year, then
Now try
it's pretty much the same.
Please.
That makes us multiple Gumball and Darwins.
Ah,
Well done, Bobbert. You followed the instructions. Now you can flash yourself back home.
What did you do?
Oh!
followed. I am emitting concentrated radioactive.
What did the... Oh no, we're not having a whole test episode again. I was not a big fan of that episode. Ah! True! True! Tongues do have that these days. They end up coming out of your mouth and they end up being alive. But I heard that the end of the tongues are just basically veins. But they wouldn't be alive because if they did come out, oh, that's creepy. But in a cartoon show they would. And how did he connect that then?
All right, how's this?
Ew, look at the green stuff coming out of his
Never hurt
head.
anyone in any way.
Crazy.
Let them be hurt.
Command
Oh.
integrated.
Now, where's Darwin?
I love how it just says command immigrated. Like he does or does not understand. What next?
So?
Food?
Is that nothing? He's
But how can
probably
Bubba
doing
eat?
something for you that will cause your kids to be born without skin.
So I've heard that robots can eat by basically and the mouth goes back right there. And he doesn't get to eat it like this. It just basically goes down a fallopian tube. I think that's what it's called. We all have that today.
Negative.
Isn't it weird?
Directive prevents
I mean, you don't want to know what
from
the inside looks like.
way.
Shame.
But inside of a bobbert looks alright.
Such a pretty face.
Ugh. Oh! That's the worst thing! Like, trying to be bobbert is crazy. Wait, he's actually choking. Are you not going to help him? But basically, if you put like one teeny little thing down your throat, you'll end up choking right there. I tried it before and it did actually work. But not the whole choking situation, unless that's really, really big. And you just end up burping right there. You'll have to get that out. But then, you'll have to say to Bobbert, please help Darwin now. He's choking right now. And he's like, I can't. Like, he's basically trying to say, I can't. You told me not to. Well, does it really matter right now?
That isn't it. Oh my gosh, he's choking!
Now you realise it.
Doing?
Wait, stop him in the back ain't a good idea.
In clearing his airways, you may bruise his
But Gumball's not bothered, so he can do it all he wants.
Negative. I cannot hurt anyone.
Negative?
Just take him!
Well, you gotta, even though he's
Would
choking.
you like Darwin to be saved?
Oh, wow. Look! Whoa.
Why on earth would you choose such an undignified method?
Oh my god. I don't think Bobbert really wants to hurt anyone. But down his loophole, he managed to get it out. That's never way to stop you choking, but... Oh. But imagine the episode calling the episode Loophole because of that.
Use a random algorithm
But Darwin's a big
according to
old
your
balloon and I
command.
like to hug him. I think him and Rich will be best buddies. No! He popped! I mean, just... Ooh, breathe out and it'll work.
So what could go wrong?
So, we're outside the house, now to the mall. Oh, wait, terminate people. Oh! Why was Missimi over here? Oh, and you got rid of her skin right there, and that's not basically... I was going to say that... Is that nakedism? I don't even know what she looks like when she's naked, because it'll be full-on black right there, because... And her butt is basically... She's one of those red butt monkeys. Yeah, shut up, red butt.
Dude,
Seriously.
I broke the law.
According to the
Ooh,
human
dang.
beings are forbidden to appear unshaven in public.
Seriously? I mean, that is pretty funny, but...
Poor Miss
seriously,
Simi, is she,
I
like,
don't
suffering?
understand. Why are you taking
Oh, we must be feeling sorry for her.
Where's he gone now?
In his own world, I presume.
According to the law in New Jersey, it is
Oh,
illegal to
New Jersey?
pursue.
What's the... They are in... Oh!
North Carolina, it is illegal to sing off key.
Against the law in New Jersey, we stop eating soups nowadays. Is that actually true? Have you ever looked in the news and there's like, in New Jersey, we're not allowed to eat that many foods right there, but does, not Gumball, I was gonna say Gumball, Bubba not understand what's actually going on? I think he's gonna be in his own world where his whole living life is basically trying to like shoot people into like threatening him just because of whatever they're doing. Oh, what a tune. Not a finger gun. Jeez!
Goatee.
Imagine doing that to a Stuart right up.
Massachusetts goatees are illegal
Oh!
without license.
No. Nice one, Billy. It's like Bubba's against the law right there. He's taking it too far. I think you classify him as broken right there. But also, remember the episode where the Stuart lost his, skin because of Nicole? He was staring into his soul and all of his skin turned into pink right there. Oh, goodness.
Also banned.
Bobber, stop it!
Everything's always banned in his opinion. Oh, what's with the free one? Wow! This ball's getting destroyed because of him. Destroy yourself to make himself better. That'll be great.
Bobber, engaging them.
Bubba! It's always Bubba! Bubba! Bubba!
I'll
Bubba!
go for law.
Command integrated.
Dang! He just took that right there from a woman.
Bobber is
If I saw rightly.
I guess
My
it's
camera's in the way, so.
robots are bound to destroy us all.
Robots are bad! Oh, don't say that.
The solution would be to terminate myself.
Robots are bad, kind of base, but if you do say that, he will deliberately just shoot you and it'll be all over the news, because I think the news could be in a helicopter. No, it's Pony that one episode that sort of news about the giving chair, but, if today, have you ever seen a helicopter today? I mean, yeah, have you ever seen a helicopter today, the news helicopter, where you look up in the air and it's like, oh my god, there's people recording us. And I'm being kind of dumb, because, basically you do see, when you're watching the news, you do see a point of view from the sky, and that's it right there. So, I think you can get the point. Maybe in this show they don't do that.
32.
Stop it! You're being a
Dang, that's immigrant in Briticism. Don't know what I'm saying.
It is the most rational solution.
Bubba's voice is changing every now and often. Ooh.
No, all life must be protected, including yours. That's it! Bobber.
Wait, his life be changed?
At all costs.
How would that feel though? Look, why is it gonna be the old woman? Oh, never mind. Could you imagine just letting ants cross the road? You wouldn't even really see them, but if you ran them over, I guess they will survive either way, though. But even if they go under the car, they still will survive, am I right? But it's always the old woman. I thought they were just basically gonna stop just to kick her out the car. It's always her, because I think they did that in the... I think last episode, I think they did that. But, like, wait, how can they actually see the ants? That's crazy! They're heading to their home, am I right? Lead them to it.
All life on Earth should be preserved. Human, animal, insect.
Real.
Virus.
It worked.
Virus?
We did it!
It's still like that today, though. He would have got rid of...
Now there's no excuse to dodge your homework.
So, it's always the homework. And he's getting sad about that. But imagine just Bubba just, like, blaze up the air for no reason. And they're like, what are you doing, Bubba? And he's like, I'm trying to get rid of the viruses. That's a cool way right there. But although you will be seeing a lot of, little fires in the air. But I see what's going on. I can kind of understand from now, without no subtitles, what's actually going on for once. They're trying to make Bubba do their homework because he's a ripping robot. And if he did that from screen from his eyes, he would have got that, like, immediately. Robots are clever, but you wouldn't really want to be saying that robots are not cool, Darwin, because he would immediately blast you right there.
Scanning for threat to life on Earth.
No!
Threat found.
Oh, jeez! What's with the gas, though?
Alternative transport. Absurd. Threat found.
It's just because of dangerous things. You're planning on shooting them.
Really unacceptable.
So bad.
Totally idiotic.
Look, we're just cutting.
Found. Calculated
What's with the other scissors, though? Oh! Is that the slimy guy's butt that we always see?
Detected. Mankind.
Mankind! We will always destroy mans!
There's only one thing we can't
No,
do.
that'll take it too far right there.
No, find someone online to do it for us. Oh, that's weird. No internet.
No, you're saying it the wrong way.
Bad.
It's pronounced Quinoa.
It is
Look.
pronounced.
Quinoa.
Quinoa.
Wait, what?
I guess we'll have to settle this the new-fashioned way.
Why having an argument over a word? I want to know, what were they actually saying? Who's right and who's in the right and who's in the wrong? Was it,
Mama's not gonna help us with our homework.
Larry saying it right or
We can't
Mr. Small? But I love how we, forward and rewind, it's basically 5 seconds. That's so good, though. No, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Great! But why
Mama's
is
not
it...
gonna help us with our homework. There's only one
Ugh.
way to do it ourselves.
This is the worst thing, but what I do love about this app, you can just rewind
No
and...
internet.
No, you're saying it the wrong
But I just love how in this app you can just rewind for like 5 seconds and rewind and be forward for like, 5 seconds. But there was this one reaction I did react to, it took 20 seconds, but moving on.
It's pronounced Quinoa.
It is pronounced quinoa.
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 think Mr. Small's on the right now, for once. Touching up.
That's weird.
Crazy.
No network.
Me neither. Then I guess we'll have to settle.
Oh, it's Bob at my right that's making the internet go off. Whoever wins is the right. Imagine that happened today then. And all words are wrong because of him.
Weird, I got no money.
Wait, no money? Kinda sus, Bobby. What did you do? The earth has stopped. Crazy.
The world go round.
But how are we surviving then? Even me.
Supposed to buy stuff. Don't
Yeah.
take it. The foundations of civilization have collapsed.
No money means... Oh, yeah, we have to rip apart.
Shouldn't have done that.
I don't want to know your body, Not Mr. Small. Principal Brown. I mean, oh, they ran him over.
Oh no, we're buried.
Potatoes?
Potatoes.
Oh, imagine if Idaho were in there, but that is so base. No, true, I should say. You know, whenever there's no money, there's no animation. You know that line right there. But whenever you have no money in the world, people do that. The world will acting crazy. People rip up their shirts because they want to spend it on money. But what's stripping up the clothes and crashing up everything got to do with it? Because you've seen it, but you don't understand the concept of it. Oh!
People are tearing each other apart.
Die!
Paramedics, call the fire department, call the police.
But what are the police going to do about it? The police cars will be driving crazy.
Well,
No.
we need help.
How are you gonna...
Denied.
Oh, wait, Bob was answering the phone?
My analysis identified mankind as the main threat to life on this planet. The rational
So, every man that... But what about the females, by the way? It's always man, am I right? Because there's mans everywhere. But what about Nicole? What about Aiiiiiiiiiii? What about the other ladies we've been seeing in this world? But also, how's Gumball calling on that phone if you have to pay to call? He's using a phone box, right? You gotta stop the coin in there and he started calling. But when it's like no money, I think it's just deliberately on anyways. It'll go... Oh, that got real destroyed right there.
Robert, I order you to stop.
order invalid. You are part of the threat yourself. Terminating
Good.
conversation in 3.
We'll end the episode like that. Oh, geez! Everything is getting destroyed now.
Saves the world?
How about we put some posters? Please save the world! Please save the world! Great. Oh, we gotta stop immediately. Where the flip is he? Oh, an email from Gumball and Darwin. Alright then, let's have a look then.
Illogical. Life
No.
forms cannot attach themselves.
Ray just denied it right there.
But we knew it would distract you.
Wait, are they in the base? Where the flip are we?
We're not all that bad.
Who sent Bob at here then?
Mankind exploits its resources and
Oh.
destroys its environment.
His eyes are
Colonize
crazy.
space and destroy more environments.
So how did they actually send Bob over here? Because the last time we did see him, he was out on the streets and they... Please don't tell me they're in the basement in Gumball and Darwin's house, because if so, how did they set all the... Oh, that's like some crazy rabbit right there. In this episode, we're focusing on the Robert.
Yeah, but
What did I say, Robert?
we need
Bobbert.
to grow trees.
'Cause I'm so used to Robert.
So we're preserving life.
Yeah.
We're underneath them.
The closest
Teach him
comparison
that.
to mankind is a virus. It must be
Ooh.
terminated with
He's got a flipping virus in him. Never mind, let this Earth get destroyed then.
mankind is a virus. All life on Earth will be preserved.
So what are you realizing now that he has to count down? You gotta stop.
Even
1.
That's it! Barber, you can't destroy mankind because, if mankind's a virus,
Never mind, it will have to be destroyed then, but for 1 second you didn't even realize and you just pointed it out. I know what it is, it's a... Never mind, just blew up instead.
That's it. Carry on.
You said all life should be protected, even a virus, so you can't make us extinct.
Oh wow, even Domino over Gumball. Did it work?
illogical argument detected. Terminating
Nice.
protocol.
Hey, he's back to normal then.
So, how about a little help with their homework?
Great one right there. So that's how they end the episode. Oh my goodness, it's crazy if you think about it because basically the class has been worn down, but Gumball, they've got homework to do and they have to ask Bobbert for help because I don't think they're really that bothered and one another. But they really want to be asking Bobbert for all the help right there because he can just like basically do anything. That's the thing with AI and you know robots, they can just calculate things easy. But although today, if you're like 15, 16, 17 years old when you're about to do exams right now, you better not be using AI or robot stuff on the internet because I think you'll get into like serious trouble. There are people right now who do that and I think that's against the law and I don't think you'll lead the schools of qualifications. But it's a kid's show. Maybe we'll just let that off though. But I think Bobbert, all he can just do is just like terminate people. If he just says something like literally, he'll basically do it. And And I think they're trying to teach him the concept of, if you say something literally, please do not do it, because we're trying to get him to used to doing our homework, which I want to know what it's about, because Bobby did the homework straight away. He was outside of school, outside the classroom, and he was doing like, brr, brr, brr. That is poop in binary code. That is blah 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 blah. What's what robots like these days? But imagine getting a robot in your house who can do anything, but the only thing you can't do is you can't do the homework. How about you ask us to do us to do the homework? That would be cool, but in the end, like, everything's getting blown up, like, no money, no internet, everyone's arguing, so no problem solved, so. And then the world's back to normal because of Darwin with all those words in the end, and it actually worked. I'm back to my normal self, and if it counts to 0, then boom, the world explodes right there. So in the end, I think they get to, I think Bubba's back to normal, so, because the Bubba, he kept changing his voice a lot in this episode, if you did notice it, if you did notice that, so, it's crazy if you think about it, but I do like this episode. It is really crazy if you think about it. This season's getting crazier, and the show as well, and I can't believe we're almost at the end of it, you know? If you enjoyed this reaction, give this video a like and subscribe. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll catch you in the next time.